Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode of the Spiritual Evolution Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea, and I'm excited to share this conversation that I had with Arielle with you guys. She was such a beautiful energy to be around, and we talked for literally almost 2 hours, and I'm actually planning on having her on again. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did, and I hope you learn as much as I did too. I'm really pumped. I'm excited to talk. Okay, so how did your journey begin? Like, what's the
How
little
did my
backstory?
journey begin? That's even like a hard question in itself because I had one who passed away in 2017, or no, not 2017. Yeah, it was. Was it? Was he born? 2015, he passed away.
Oh,
He was
wow, okay.
17. So I had him in 2015. Um, and so when I was pregnant with him, I would go to church every Sunday by myself. Even after he was born, I would go and take him to church, just him to church, because my kids were my was like 2 and Court was like 4, and so every Sunday I made a point. But when he passed away, I kind of like closed my heart to the church because I was Catholic, I was raised Catholic,
Me
went
too.
to school.
Me too. Went to Catholic school my whole life, girl.
Yeah, my whole life, and I was in the choir too, so my whole life was dedicated
Right.
to my faith. It was funny because people wanted me because even when I swam, I would do the sign of the cross right before I would get ready. I would do right before I get ready to swim. I was like just so into my faith.
I was
But
too. I'd said my prayers at night and all that. Yeah.
but when my son passed away, I felt like God had failed me, or the God, like the misogynistic God that created us, that was calling us.
Yeah.
Now that I learned,
Right.
I thought he failed me, and so I didn't want to. I thought he failed me, and so like I turned away from him, and then I moved up to NorCal, and I kind of started getting spiritual there. Like I started collecting crystals because it was like a really big thing up there.
Okay.
And so once I started getting into crystals and learning about healing and manifestation, then it was like the whole entire door was open.
Yeah. Pandora's box.
Open. And then I went to the mall one day and walked into Barnes and Noble, and I saw this purple tarot deck. It's like basic. It was like, I think it's called the Basic Tarot or something like that. And I bought it, and I started reading tarot. And my kid's dad, he was raised Catholic too, so it's been really hard to like open to like my spirituality, because he's still really like, he wants to be Catholic. He doesn't practice. He wants to. He doesn't practice.
Yeah.
But when he saw me pull out the tarot deck, he freaked out.
There's so much fear around it.
I was a closet witch for like the first year of my path. I had a box where I had hidden like all my herbs, all my candles.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm serious. Please. Thank you. Sorry.
You're good.
I asked his dad to take him, but he's
Don't
doing
worry. Don't
work
worry.
and stuff.
Totally good.
But yeah, no. And then, yeah, for the first year, I was like a closeted witch. Hid all my herbs, hid all my candles.
That's how it wasn't when I lived at home. So yeah.
Yeah, and then finally, I started working with deities. And
yes, I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, and then Morgan in my life, she kind of was like, why are you letting this man tell you what to do? Right. Why are you letting this man determine how you practice? What is wrong with you?
She just came up in my reading this morning, no lie. She's in my dragon deck, and like that, I've come up a couple times. Yeah. That day, I don't know, is it female or male? I don't even know.
She's female.
Okay.
But she's a very strong, like.
Sounds female, but yes.
A lot of people say she comes to you, need that person to like instill backbone to you. Like it sounds
about right.
She comes to me to like show me that I had power within me. Like, fuck this man.
Mhm.
Fuck the patriarchy. What the fuck are you, like, what are you? Sorry,
No. I
like,
swear a lot too. Don't worry.
yeah.
You are fine.
Like, why are you hiding your practice? And then I started making
Yeah.
candles. I started
Love
down that
it.
rabbit hole.
I know. I love it. I put together like a little candle for a Kate the other day, and I was like, I'm ready to try. My friend was like, you could sell those. Like, take a picture. And I was like, girl, I have so many different things. I need to focus right now. Like, I'm gonna do a course in the future, but like, I'm getting ready to like invest all the tax money to something. Like, I'm probably gonna cut this out. Like, all the money I had got, like a 90-day thing that like I the date that I was gonna meet with these people, like in meditation, and I was like April 15th, and I was like thinking core. I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was like the conversation with these people. So many different little things, but it's like it's because I've bad ADHD and I want to do it all. So and it's
I
overwhelming.
struggle with it too.
Yeah.
It's like I have a million different projects. Do I ever finish
How?
one?
Yeah, like no, it's so hard to like find that grounded. Like, is there any like that was what I wanted to ask? How do you ground your energy when you feel that overwhelm?
Recently cooking.
Yeah.
Like as ridiculous as it sounds, like
No, it makes
cooking.
sense. It makes sense.
Because in my house, the kitchen was like ready for that.
Right.
The kitchen is where you heard the cheese man. The kitchen was where all the women gathered, all this, and like Sunday. I remember growing up Sundays. All my cousins would come over. The men like go to the backyard and go drink and like stay away from the women.
Yeah,
in
watch
the kitchen.
football. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just I feel like my heart is in the kitchen. Like if you look at my content
Brings you
now,
peace.
a
I
lot of my
have.
content is into kitchen witchery.
That.
It's because I'm digging into my roots again, and I feel like I'm starting to be comfortable with a lot of who I have for a while. Because when I got married, I tried to turn into this white girl that he wanted, and like the perfect like city homemaker.
Yeah.
And I lost myself, and there's a lot of wounds that they grew like scabs, I guess you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire Lotus had put it, because it's like you have trauma and it like scabs and it like
It makes
scars
sense.
over. And so
That's like that CPTSD stuff. Like
yeah,
it's deeper than
recently I've kind of been like scratching at those scabs. I'm trying to like figure out like where it came from, and like the part of me I let go and tried to forget about.
Yeah.
And so it's weird how our journey makes us heal. That's
Yeah, and it's like once you heal it, you realize there's power within that, that happened, and that's why it had to happen, and all of that. And that's just all part of, I think, like the reason we incarnate as humans is because this is where like that kind of duality does, as opposed to being a part of the realm like all the time.
Yeah, and like being an animal, because it's like now that I have cats, I can like watch them knowing like that they're being.
Oh yes.
It's so weird. The difference between their aura and their and dogs, it's crazy. Because honestly, when I was a little kid, I was afraid of cats. Because my mom had one and she attacked me, and it was just not good.
Oh no, yeah.
My cousin had one, and I was highly allergic when I was a kid, and then like she threw it at me, and I just had like the allergy attack. So I never thought I'd own a cat. And then recently I got a cat this year, and I'm not a somehow. I don't know how that works. And,
it's a type of cat, maybe.
He's because he's a tuxedo, but he's like short.
Okay.
And
that might be
no,
it.
but
That's
awesome. Like, I'm open to his energy. It's weird.
I've always wanted a cat, and I was always told, like, your brother's allergic, your dad. I don't know if they're actually allergic, but like I know that like you have a dog, and I had a dog and stuff, but I've been wanting to get it. Now I have a 2-year-old, so I just gotta like wait it out, and then I'll have a big house and a cat. Yeah. Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, it's
He like fits and he's like, I'm dead. Just grab me. But yeah, it's when I can recognize like different energy animals.
Yeah, absolutely. I really do believe like everything has I think everything has some sort of consciousness, whether it's like the tiniest little bit, like, and they're not aware of it, like from the wood, the grass to like some people like even say technology can have a consciousness.
Well, I saw a video of there's this mold in like Japan or China, or either Japan or China, that grows. It like finds like the synchronicities of what like the best, like it rearranged the Japanese like subway tunnel for like, yeah, it was really weird. Like it was smart than a human.
Yeah,
like,
I saw a video.
Yeah.
I saw a video about that
Yes.
AI this morning, and how like they had down because it started to have a mind of its own. Like it was like a real about like a conversations or something, and the bots like some shit. I was like, what the actual fuck? And then it went into talking about like forever consciousness into that nano. I'm like, bruh, how does that even sound good after you just
Don't do that.
like you can become this? I don't know, man. It was fucking weird. It's like when this, but I don't know.
That's funny that you're saying that, because I was thinking about that in the car. I was like, because think about it, what's his name? The dude from Facebook.
Oh, fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
So he wants us to live in the virtual
Facebook.
reality. So think about how that's gonna evolve.
Oh yeah.
Somehow it's gonna evolve to where we live off the virtual reality. If it evolves that way, which is like, yeah, putting your brain into a like
it was literally saying live forever. I was like, no, I'm not. Thank you very much. Like,
and I was thinking about this in the shower. I was like, how would we evolve? That's funny because I was thinking about how would we evolve if that was like the way that our life. It's funny.
The synchronicities have been insane.
The angel numbers. You know how many angel numbers?
Every day. Every day. All day. And sometimes like this birthday I was seeing now it's 444. Like it's just been so many.
That was the one that I saw yesterday all day.
Yes. Like girl, like it really is. Like things are like a super like a super speed right now.
I thought I was going insane. I started seeing videos of all like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, dude. No, it's some like it don't make sense right now.
My baby daddy, he was like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, with Dark Week and the fucking world, everything that's going on, I don't know if I'm okay.
I don't know if I'm in the real world anymore. Like
dude, my emotions have been up and down. Like, I feel so sorry for this poor man. He'll probably see this podcast and be like, oh, she cared. Like, I've been such a bag. And he's just been like, I don't know what to fucking do with you. Like,
just got aww.
This man was born in a Mercury retrograde.
Oh.
He does not know how to communicate.
Or
he's like, he's Libra. So it's just,
I'm a Libra sun, but
he's a Libra male, dude. So that's like a completely different.
People always say I don't even get that, but I don't think I've done a Libra. Okay.
My best friend is a Libra female. Yeah. We could destroy the world together. Like,
yes.
But me and him could destroy the world together, but with our toxicity. Like,
yeah, right. No, I know. I've heard about like Libra men. I don't know. That's so fucking funny.
Completely different. Like, I swear.
Well, I guess that maybe where the cheater like comes, because I was never a cheater. I never understood that. Like people cheat. I don't ever. If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship.
Oh, no,
like I'd rather be single.
Him too. That's my struggle. That's our struggle. But I love this man. It's just like has the potential to be amazing. And he's amazing sometimes, but it's like I feel he feels the planetary movements more than he realizes.
Probably born in a retrograde. That's pretty powerful.
Oh my god, he's the worst communicator Like, I looked at his chart, and as soon as I saw Mercury retrograde, I was like, "You're kidding me. Only me."
Oh my
Only
God. I know. I know. I wish it's so funny because someone like commented on a video I posted and I just did a like I have a response, but I basically was saying
12,
like
12.
astrology. It's 12, 12. That's so funny. 312, 321. That like where I'm at, it's 312, but 12, 12 there. That's awesome. But yeah, I basically was saying like astrology is a beast. I have studied a lot of different things, but I think astrology, like, just go find some and get a reading on your chart, because like I can't, like, I don't even know how to read my own chart. Like I can tell you that I'm 5 places of Scorpio and I'm a Libra, like, and then Aries moon and rising. I mean, I don't know what really. I know what those mean, but
with Leos, they say that if they can look down to the degree, tell you what you'll be famous as.
Oh my son's a Leo. He's a double Leo. Like, a lot of Leos doubles and triples too. A lot of Leos have that where they're like all 3 or 2 are Leo. No. Like I've seen like 3 different people with it. 4.
My daughter, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius rising.
Yeah, that's
all pure fucking fire. Pure fire. No. Little brother, Leo.
Yeah, I'm fire, so that's
Sag moon.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Their other brother, Aries sun, Aquarius, so not so, but Sag rising. All of them are Sag rising.
Sag rising too.
All of my kids. I feel like I'm going insane because I'm like, oh my God.
I never even I didn't ever. Sagittarius is the scared me. I didn't really get, but that's because I don't get Sagittarius.
It's just wild fucking energy.
Exactly. It's chaos. And I had a friend that was a Sagittarius. I'm no longer, like, I had to get like a fucking contact with because it got bad. But like, I know that's awesome because I'm trying to learn about like my rising. I know Aries moon makes complete sense. I mean, it's starting to make more sense. But yeah, there's so much to astrology that like I want to eventually like talk to an astrologer on here, like one that like that knows a lot about it and get a reading from them, because I think that there's so much to learn from your natal chart. It's worth
there really is
to get a reading, like, if you don't understand it.
When people ask me what shadow work is, because I think mine's different. When my shadow work, it's like I look at my chart and like what could be like
look it up. Yes.
Yeah, because I look at, okay, so if this is what's in my chart and this is what I have an issue, like, let me try to fix this. Like, let me try to like.
That's an amazing approach. That's gonna make me want to do shadow work right there. Like, you just changed my whole life.
It's like everybody's like, oh, you heal your trauma. Okay, well, I messed up. Tried to heal trauma that I probably should have seen a specialist about, and I ended up in deep depression for about weeks.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
I scratched at a scab that should have not been peeled.
Right. I know. Yeah. I picked it.
I opened like a really, really tender wound, and so that's why it's like when people talk about work, I don't think that they're so aware that it can cause harm. It's not all about, it can cause serious harm. It's not all
you have to be very careful. Yeah.
Healing. And so I kind of just, I try to do it the smartest way that I can, which is, okay, so I already know what's going on with me that I can kind of get a on. And that's my chart. Like, look, why not I just look at my chart and see, like, astrologically what the fuck's going on?
Right. That makes a lot of sense. I like that, like, that take on it, because I think that makes, like, you do a whole ass course on that. And that's overwhelming too, but like, you could. That's a good ass idea.
Honestly, I've been wanting to do a Patreon and reopen my store because I miss it. I like miss creating, but I think that I'm gonna be smarter this time.
Take your time.
Limit myself and allow myself to have time to create things. Because what I did last time is I overwhelmed myself with working on things that I already had created, handles I already had created, and I didn't allow myself to use that extra time to get creative. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole point of the journey that I love creating. Right. making the same 50 low-key at one time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, I didn't love it because it was just like, okay.
It's overwhelming.
Another low-key.
A
Another
lot.
low-key. I love low-key, but another one.
Of course. It's a him, of course. Oh my god, that's actually funny. But like, I have experiences with Loki. But anyway, we talk about Loki. No, I'm just kidding. Love you.
Right? I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying.
That's overwhelming, and you're one person, not even like me. So it's hard when doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
It's like I also like I liked over my packages. Like you see, like how I package stuff. Like I'm way too extra about stuff. So
I am too. I do. I like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we have. Is there anything that you do daily that has made a big impact for your journey and your growth?
Daily. Having gratitude. Because I think you get to have gratitude. So even if I'm drinking my tea or like smoking some weed, I like to remember to like sit there and like have gratitude. Like, wow, like I'm in a place, like I have a community of people that even though it's a shitload of drama most of the time, I like going there to see what other people create. But I don't know. Daily, it's because it's like I always wake up and I like make my green tea. But even then, it's like I have like intention doing that. I think just going through your day with intention and having gratitude. I know it's easier to say than do because I'm like the queen of depression. Like I could days without giving gratitude, and I think that's where I get stuck is when I'm not trying to be positive. Positivity is key. If I could get my next tattoo, positivity is a key. Because I've been saying this since I was like 15, 16. Like when I started struggling with like mental health, positivity is key. It's like if you move with intention through your life, being positive, gratitude.
Look at the things you have, be grateful.
It gets a little bit easier. It's not always going to be easier, but it'll be a little bit easier.
Right, and it will get better. Like as you go through and you remind yourself of all the things that you have to be grateful for. Like you'll find you have more things to be grateful for. Yeah. Like it'll be like abundance will start to come more.
Yeah. It's so much easier said than done, but it's like you have to remember like to be grateful. And it's like someone who like struggles with a really dark place. I know it's fucking hard, but just positivity is you just keep trying to be positive, and if you just keep trying,
surrounding yourself with positive people is also really important, and like places not being like, that kind of like funk or like kind of like environment's important.
Yeah, or if it's like even implementing one thing a day, like okay, I'm gonna walk around the block once to like at least get it done, or like I'm gonna at least go outside and put my feet in the dirt, despite having I have to wash my afterwards. I'm gonna at least go outside and some type of like nature, just like connect.
Yeah, like hug a tree, like
or for me, it's like now I'm starting to garden. It's like
I'm starting to go spells and stuff. Some family came out of the park when I was in Middlebury when I was like, we knew them too. This is really awkward.
But yeah, I know. Like even like watering my plants. I just
it's funny because gratitude's the that I started with. Like I made a gratitude that I moved it from my parents' house to my apartment where I really like actually got into thing every day and stuff. But the jar was like one of the first things like started with to just get me a better mindset every day. And I'm not as good about it anymore. It's actually really funny. My guides have like these two papers like came out of my notebook and I didn't know what they were for. Like I just put them on top, and then I realized like the gratitude card came out the other day, and I was like, I'm writing my gratitudes. Like I should. I say it, I express it, but writing it out, there's something about writing it down too that can be good.
Yeah, like just a little bit of gratitude goes a very long
It definitely does. Let me see what else I have. What are one of like your favorite ways to do like divination or connecting with spirit?
Ooh. Well, I have a like dedicated specifically for Second birthday, and I
That's
like
cool.
looking out. I like just like letting her roast me. like she's like my mom. Like I'll be like, so what should I do about this situation? And she's like, Are you, really?
I
Again?
love it.
Again? Okay. If you fucking need it again, here you go. For the 10th time. The devil, the devil, the devil. Like,
I absolutely love the sound of that.
like that. Or when I lose fucking my pendulum, when I lose shit.
Use the fucking lost spell you did, and I added a little extra to it because it was my other phone, my backup phone that disappeared when I started working with deity we were talking about earlier. And my phone disappeared because I didn't do like a final offering because it was kind of like a clean break. And so it was, I mean, I did like the night before. It's like it's their last night and shit, but I didn't do like the final offering. So my phone disappeared for about 2 months, and it just came back because I did that spell that you posted. And I was like, do a spell for this because I did a sigil, it didn't work, and I kind of gave up. And so then and when I changed his altar, because I made it's not anymore, it's a dragon fairy altar now, but like it used to be, and I painted it like I didn't want to throw it out, like I liked it, and it was a rainbow altar, and I was supposedly a rainbow dragon pass. Like I was like, I'm keeping this altar here. Got like I had a whole fairy aquarium in there that had like these little. Do I have them in here? I do. So I had all these little like pellet thingies. Them, and like in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m, the whole fucking shelf came crashing and woke my son up. Oh, the whole fucking night, yeah. And so after that, I did a whole like Thor protection. It was a lot of protection and like stuff because it just needed to. I needed to my space.
You made me lose my keys once, my car keys.
And I just got the phone.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, I understand.
Yes, and I did like this thing where I had to walk around the tree time saying the spell, and I wrapped like a Bailey around the tree with some string and like did the phone and then the sigil on the Bailey, like a new sigil, and it worked. But a guy like walked up my apartment complex, like walked by while I was doing the spell. Just keep saying the spell. My neighbors probably think I'm nuts.
Oh my god.
So there's. I was like, yeah. I have my phone. Like, it doesn't look like I'm doing I'm just. It was funny though. But yeah, so it worked. Like, this shit's no joke. And that wasn't it was not in my couch before. Like it was in a weird spot too. It was like hidden in the corner. Like, it was a spot. But yeah. So I know how it can be.
I guarantee you, let them roast you. Have the funnest time.
I know when I do like deity readings, they'll be like, and this is why you need to work with me, and like this is what you need to do now.
Yeah, like, you're not listening to me. Are you listening to me now?
I get that. Are you listening? I have the Spirit 6. I get that one all the time.
Oh my gosh, now bring back that Sprint commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I love that. Okay, so let's see. What is something like that has been like unforgettable, like in meditation or like with a deity, like that has been like a moment where you were like, whoa. I mean, like that was mine. I just told you mine.
I had some magic mushrooms. And I was really, really mad at his dad, and I was like, because I could feel a bunch of women's presence, because I like called on my ancestors, like, what do I do about this man? What do I do about this man? I am not. And I was just like cleaning the house. I just had like a lot of energy, and they were like giving me songs through my Spotify.
I know.
I would like ask a question, and then like a Taylor song came on. I don't remember what it was. It was like Bad Guy or something. Like a Taylor. And
no
like,
music very much.
Yeah, it was just I would ask a question, then next song, and then So finally, like, I just had this moment where I was like crying. I'm like, what do I do when I'm mad at him? Like, what do I do when I want to like kill him? And then like walk away. Just, why are you giving him that power? Like, I don't listen to it all the time, but it's like, honestly, they're like, well, why do you give him that power? Like, why do you get so upset by the stupid things he does? Like, if you just give him the silent treatment, which we're also good, every woman in my bloodline is good at the silent treatment about me. But it's like all of them, like, what if you just gave him the silent treatment, Mija? Like, would be dealing with it. But it's just like when I had that experience just with the song and the music, and like I could feel the women around me, like I could feel the presence of them around me, and it was just such an experience that it's like I'm never gonna forget. Like I
You can't
felt,
deny that. Yeah, you can't deny when you feel like
I
that
felt,
energy.
like their energy, like their sassiness, like, you know, like, and I even feel like my great grandma was there too, and like definitely present with those women because I could like feel her. But yeah, it was such an experience that I have no doubt that I was like
right
with my people.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's beautiful. I think with magic mushrooms, it's definitely like a more spiritual experience, and
Yeah,
especially
it's
with
not something I
intention.
do every single day, or I connect to people who have a fragile like
Oh, because
fragile
it can
like
be dangerous too.
mind or any, like, I do not, if you have schizophrenia, anything like that, like I do not recommend doing it.
Right.
But like once in a while, like if you need like spiritual, like a real spiritual experience,
and if you want to like awaken, because that's like that's like open doors too.
It's like open, like
I've had some pretty crazy experiences. I could go forever. We're not gonna go there.
Yeah, go down that route, but like, you know, that was an experience I will never forget because like I knew I was talking to my people.
That's amazing. Like that's beautiful. I think it's important to have those experiences and connections, like, and you don't need that. You can do breath work, you can meditate, you know, like, so there's definitely different routes to get to that state. But that's like it's something that like you feel it a lot deeply when you can open those like neural ways and whatnot.
Yeah, but cannot do that. I recommend meditating in a bathtub, like in water. Because if you like submerge yourself in an element and you like feel that element, I feel like that was like another really, really, really good way.
Water really
with
powerful.
Your people.
Absolutely. So one thing I do want to ask about is like conscious parenting and like your route with like teaching them, but like not indoctrination, like, and so.
It's don't even bring this up because this was a very hot topic last night. So my kid's dad said that he wanted them to go through first communion and you know, go down that route. Oh God. And so my daughter was asking questions. Why am I gonna do this? Like, why am I gonna do this for that God, Dad? And he's like, there's one God. And I was like, but no, there's not one. He's like, stop, Arielle, I don't want to have this conversation in front of the kids. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. Like that I listened to my sister's like, just be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet the rest of the break. So then we got home, we got in bed, and let's talk about that comment we had in the car, since we're not gonna do it in front of the kids. And he's like, well, I believe that there's one God. You were even raised in Catholic school, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, but so in Catholic school, you know that I know about other religions, and that there are other gods, that there are other religions that believe in other gods. And I was like, it's honestly insulting for you to tell me there's one God when 3 years I've dedicated my life to deities who have fucking taken over my whole life, who are essentially gods that you are denying our children exist. So basically saying that all the that I put into studying and research for nothing. And he was like, oh, you have a point. And I was like, I do. And he was like, right. I was like, okay, I am right. And he's like, do you want the kids you're right? And I was like, yeah, I do. I want you to tell the kids you're right.
Oh, okay.
So he said today he's going to have a conversation with the kids and be like, your mom was right last night.
Yeah.
Because he's so indoctrinated with like his family, and like they're still Catholics, they still go to church. I respect that and I honor that, and I go to church with them. Like I'm not opposed to that because that's how I grew up. And like if he wants to raise my kids to be some part of that, I'm open to that. But I've also told him
that's not the only thing.
That's not who I am anymore. I like to consider myself eclectic bruja. Like I believe in all these different religions and gods and spirituality, and I believe in reincarnation. I believe that once I'm in this life, I'm off to either figure out the lesson I'm supposed to learn more, or maybe not learn a lesson. But I mean, like that's an example of difficult with him. But raising the kids, and I talk to kids, they're very open and they ask a lot of questions. But I don't say, well, this is what we have to believe. Like my son asked, what God would I go to if I'm getting bullied, Mom? Asked me that. And I was like, okay, well, we could call on Thor. Thor's really cool. Thor is one to call, or who else could we call? I was like, you want a trickster guy? We call Loki. Mess with him. And, or we could call, or if you want to call a woman, we can call who I pray to, Santa Muerte. And I was like, okay, I think I like Thor, but of course you know why he picked Thor, because of like Marvel. But it's easier to him to imagine it that way, which is fun.
Yeah.
And so
I like Thor.
Like he likes runes too. They like seeing runes and symbols. So he's like, can I write a rune on myself for strength? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so little things like that. I'm not indoctrinating them, but I'm teaching them to be open.
Yeah.
And have an open mind, and not this way is the only way.
This is one way. Yeah.
This is one way.
And this is the nice way.
It's funny because it's like I'm having to reteach their dad kind of too. Because it's he was really indoctrinated too, like I was at some point, but it's like I've opened up a whole other spiritual level than he has. So I can't exactly hold it against him.
Yeah, you're on a different, you're just on a different, different level of the spiritual practices and stuff. And that's okay. Like, I think it's important for us to see that it's just, like, not about convincing anyone to see it your way, especially with kids. I think we have to give them the options, like, give them the different, like, in the way we do it, but, like, let them know. Because, like, for me, yes, it was, like, this way is the only way, but, like, I know that was, I knew from, when I was really young, I wasn't the only way, but I wanted to answer any of my questions, stuff like that, like.
In Catholic school, do you know how hard it is to try to be normal? Oh my gosh.
I know.
Big. And it's funny because, like, as Hispanic, my mom's side of the family prays to the saints. And it's like now learning that Guadalupe, she's the sun god, like she's the mother in like the Aztec and Mayan like worship. And then I'm learning to decolonize my faith too, and like learn about really what it's all about.
Right. I need to learn about Guadalupe. When I got the deity book, she was the first ones I opened up to. Felt drawn to her, and like Huitzpocli, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's like one of my Aztec ancestors. So one that I focus on. I have a hummingbird for him, and my grandpa over. Like, I want to learn about her because I also say she's like has a relationship with Mary. Like,
yeah, her and Mary are like equally like, I guess, kind of one in the is what I was taught.
Me too. Yeah, that's what I read.
My whole family, she's kind of been our patron forever, from like my great grandma to my grandma to my mom to me. We've all had like pictures of her like on our walls when we've gone to church. So I feel like we've kind of all in a way worship her, which is why I say like straight up, my grandma's a bruja, despite what the fuck she says. Like,
yeah, they don't even realize it. Yeah.
She prays to a specific saint. She has evil eye charms all over her house. She practices medicine. Like, woman, stop. She has crystals everywhere too. Like, stop.
Oh my god.
Like, her little brother, his nickname was La Bruja. Like, come on, like,
yeah,
woman. So
that's awesome. Let's see. Do you think? Yes, this is one I definitely wanted to know about. What do you think about like close practices? You know that you have that experience. I just wanted to know like the misinformation out there. I saw a couple little videos you did on it, but I'm just curious on your thoughts.
I feel like close practices are so. It's such a fucking hot topic / tough topic.
Mm-hmm.
Witch talk, because when I first joined witch talk and started showing my practice, I did this one hex, but because you couldn't see my face and you couldn't see my hands, I was told that was culturally appropriating. Yeah. I was like, are you sure?
Sure.
Are you sure? Like, was it the egg? Was it the lime? Like, what was it? What was it about this specific hex that you thought was culturally appropriating? Because I'm like, Asian brown person.
Yeah.
So that was my very first experience of having like a video blow up, which talk was that house where I got called.
Where you got hate.
Yeah. And so from there, it's like I was really scared to share my practice.
Yeah.
Because of that on witch talk. But like now, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna teach people the right way and not scare people. I'm gonna teach them the right way and not be afraid if people come after me. Because after me, like, dude, I've done my research. Like, I've been reading the books.
Yeah.
I've done this for like 5 years now. I'm pretty confident. Like, I'm not appropriating because I'm a brown person and I know my things.
No, people. Yeah.
I'm so afraid. But I think it's like a lot of the times the people of the Caucasian skin do not have any BIPOC.
Right.
They open their mouths when they don't need to, and they shouldn't. I know they want to be allies and they want to help, but they put their nose in business that's theirs, and that's where a lot of misinformation is coming. No, it's your dad.
Exactly.
So that's where a lot of the misinformation is coming from, is that people don't know what goes on in the practice of the BIPOC community. They're trying to spread information about BIPOC culture that's not theirs. So they need to let
the people who are part of those culture,
who are learning things, who know from their own ancestors what is really
what's what.
So that's the thing that people like really have misinformation on. People think that you should not use Palo Santo when honestly you really should. Like, if you have a new house, that's like the first thing that you should use for a new home, because it gets
Palo Santo
that aren't for you.
Yes.
That aren't
for your highest good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's honestly my favorite cleanser.
It's my favorite one too.
Yeah.
It smells the best.
My oil and make a salve out of the Palo Santo oil that I made. I'm gonna make a video about it because I love Palo Santo. Like, it's my favorite. So.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites too. I have these little extra right here. I have these little like Palo Santo cones, and I've never. Yeah, I got them at the store. I love those. Yes.
Are the best.
So like, good.
I love my wood stick, but sometimes it just does not catch on fire when I need it.
It doesn't stay lit the whole time.
Yeah.
As long as you want it to. These are
they I have so my to it the whole time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing that it can be just confusing for people that are new to like all of this. I feel I'm really lucky. Like, I have the ability to like connect with you guys and stuff, because I'm not part of a close practice, but like I want to understand it from people that, like you said, like let the people who know what they're talking about explain it.
Done the research, like, us or them or all of, like, I know only as much as like I know.
Everyone knows something.
Everybody knows enough their own practices. So let us teach you. Let us
Daniel Lane.
Just a little bit.
Let me see. We got a few. Have you ever had a spell backfire?
Oh my God, yeah, I have. I fucking have. I've been like, I wouldn't say a hex. It was just a little bang spice that I ended up receiving, and I was like, fuck no, cleanse.
Oh shit. That's what makes me nervous
about. Like I've definitely learned. I have so learned. Like I even did like a dreaming spell that backfired on me. Like that yeah. I wanted to dream. Yeah, I wanted to dream more, but I ended up getting less sleep. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Yeah, like I fucked that one up somehow. Dude, don't even get me started. Like that one sucked.
That sucked.
That
God damn, yeah. Because I've been trying to figure out spells for remembering dreams better. Because I've made a couple sessions.
Be very careful. Dream magic. I legit like could not sleep for the life of me for like a week, and I'm like, this sucks.
Oh
so
my God,
bad.
my 2-year-old that hasn't slept the night since he's born. I'll fall asleep if we're reading a book. I'm falling asleep. Like I'm bad, but like it's just because I'm super sleep deprived right now. But yeah, I've been, like I don't know. I love the dream realm. I'm all about it, but it's been hard for me to remember lately. And then I heard like don't smoke much weed. Like you will remember that.
Remember more. I remember too, but
I don't know because then I have the opposite. It's different for everybody. I think.
I think it's different for your tolerance, and it's different for who you are. As far as remembering, when you make up, have like a notepad by you and just scribble what you can, like words, even if it's like just something. Because if you read them, I think because if I like write it down really, really quick, and I try to remember it later, I'm like, what is that word? It'll click. Yeah,
it happened to me once when I was like in the morning. I was in the bathroom and I saw back, and then the whole came flooding back about wolves, and I was like,
just like write it down. Just
it was
write
cool.
it all down, like even like on your phone, your hands, like just write down.
I used to do it with my parents. I would put it in my notes on my phone. Now I go back through those because I at one point, oh my God, I could fucking book or like make a movie with this shit. It was crazy. And like now I go back and like this makes sense. But funny to read.
Dream to your bathroom. Like I swear by it, because it's like sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, what did that mean?
Hey, yeah, that makes sense. Because I have a book like it's your dreams, but it's like about like dreaming and gives you different ways to interpret. It's not a dictionary.
Yeah.
Like the symbolism.
Interpretation help. Like it will because really it's so crazy how subconscious sends us these little signs.
Right.
It's so weird.
Dreams are very that is something that, like I've always been super intrigued by, and I could talk about that forever.
Oh yeah, the dream world is very, very.
And it's getting a lot more. It's getting a lot more like people in the collective are like seeing that, like, because I've always thought this since I started lucid dreaming. We do all like if you can dream, there's a place where we all go and connect with each other, see people I know, and they see me and all that.
I've been like doing tasks, like
a game
on tasks, and seeing my pets there, like with me, I never seen my pet there with my fucking cat has been there with me.
Yeah, like you can like feel it.
Head. Like I'm not even joking.
No, I believe. So I totally believe it is. It's so cool, girl. It's amazing. I love the dream world, dude. But yeah, I gotta have you on again, I think.
Oh, I'm down.
We'll do like a thing about dreams. Two more. I got like another like 8 questions here. So, let's see. What's one of the toughest lessons you've learned, or like most bittersweet realizations you've come to with your journey?
That not everybody's a person.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That no matter how hard you try to make friends and how big of a heart that you have. There are just people that will break your heart. Like, I've had friends that I thought were gonna be like term end up being like, wow, you weren't really my friend. Like,
at all. Yeah.
At all.
It is really tough to like, yeah. I had the experience not really in the spiritual community because I got it in addiction, and that was where that experience was for me for like 10 years that I was going through that.
Yeah.
So I get that, but yeah.
It's hard because and even like mom, as mom, I'm sure you've like seen it's hard making mom friends.
Oh,
it's really, really hard making mom friends, especially when it's like I have a shit ton of social anxiety since the pandemic. Like I could shut in. Like I really could like
I could too, dude. No, like we have a park in our backyard, like in the like, complex, a little baby park, like fine. Just do that.
It's like the grocery store is like literally the corner. Like I could be shut in. Like, I get it. I leave like a 3-mile radius. Like like I think that's even stretching it. Like I think it's like a 2 radius. Like
it's a walking
even
distance,
like
bro.
the dispensary is around the corner from my house. Like
that's so perfect.
Well, that's the thing. It's too perfect.
I
don't leave the house.
Oh, you just got a new place, right?
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's
nice.
like that being right there, one road, groceries, dispensary, home.
God, oh my God, that's nice, but it can be a challenge, like an opportunity for you to, you know.
It is. And, like it's even hard when it's like I want to go live. I'm so afraid because of the community that we have, which sucks. It's
so back and forth. I know. It's like I really don't even go. All I now to like poster is not go live like that anymore either. Just my son isn't napping until 3-4 in the afternoon. I don't have the energy.
Yeah,
like I got the energy in the morning.
Sometimes like my kids are with me in my live. Like heaven forbid I say the wrong thing with my kids in my live. Like
yeah, I know. So that's another reason that I just like meh. But and it's now like all the battles and stuff. It just feels like it's very like, you have to do battles. Or you're not gonna get. I'm like, that's not what I'm doing though.
It's like I'm like I just want to stay in my positive corner.
Right? I know. That's what I feel like now. I'm like, I'll just like make videos. I don't need to go live.
Like make fatter with food. That's it. Like
at least like it's with intention, made with love. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a balance, like solidarity and like having your alone time and spending time with a community or like, you know, a group of people that like you can.
It's hard because everybody's like, oh, like not everybody. Some people are like, oh, I don't need to be accepted, but everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be accepted.
Everyone wants to be accepted. Like I hear like random people that are driving by, I think, when I'm singing and walking. Like
oh
when
yeah,
I'm
no, but it's like
everyone
in our
community.
Acceptance. Yeah, right. But like with like community mutual.
Okay.
Like
yes.
Everyone wants to be accepted. Like
that's a good
point. It's hard and it's
everyone does. Like, yeah. It's like validation island.
Especially for those.
That was spirit. I've never heard that one.
Whose parents did not give us the attention. Great. Our parents were too busy working on their childhood trauma to take care of their actual child. So now their child's taking care of their childhood trauma, raising fucking children.
Their own child, right? Their own children, yeah.
And we just happen to be doing it on the internet now, so we're just making fun of ourselves.
Oh my god, I love that. That's so fucking true. Oh my god. I think it's like I just miserable company I had, but that's like where I'm going with that. I was gonna say like we have an understanding of each other.
It's
that
like
not
we're trauma together. We've
all gone
through the same traumatic experience.
Right, with after COVID, right? And all that.
Bonding over our
exactly. It's true. It is.
Our mental health has brought us all together.
The collapse of mental health is
right. It's the blind leading the blind.
It's fine. It's fine. That's where you get to, find the new America.
The new America.
That's never gonna be America.
Go back to Turtle Island.
All right, let's see. I got a few more. Let me see. Do you ever do like new moon or full moon like practices with any of your kids? Like old enough?
Cora. Of course, Cora.
Yes.
Of course, that child. Everything with that child. Yeah. Either like if I'm doing a bath ritual, I'll let her do it before she goes to bed. Because usually when they go to bed, I do mine. So she sees me like pulling out herbs or like she's like, can I do it before I go to bed? I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it really quick. Sweet. So she like do like full moon, new moon bath rituals. Even if I'm like making candles for like a ritual, she'll join in. She'll have a candle and like put what she needs to. It's because her friends like coming over because I'm like the witch mom who lets them make oils and manifestation sachets. I'm that mom. I'm the mom that just like lets them go crazy and like my work stuff. Right. I'm teaching her friends though too, because they'll ask me. That's really cool. Miss Arielle, what's this herb for? What's this color for? So it's fun because I'm like teaching future little witches.
That's so awesome. Freaking love that. Like I mean, I'm excited. I don't know, what my son's gonna be, but he's already like he loves cards and the spirit
mine are like, can I pull a card, mom? Can I pull a card, mom?
They really do. They really do be like that. Like he sees me pull them out, he gets mad if I get his immediately. Like got his own like big like XL deck, like because he's 2. Like he's not even 2 yet. I got that for his first birthday. I was like,
I love that.
I need to get him something because he's like he'll go under my desk and get spirit sticks and like because I made some with him. I made the inner child one with him because I like to incorporate the inner child thing. And now he thinks they're his, and so he'll always go and like there's one with the regular ones and one with the inner child ones. I always take that specific one. My
4-year-old is Matt. I have a tiny little. I got like that tiny little peen crystal,
Yes, I did.
Why can't I have the penis, mom? My 4-year-old.
I love
the crystal he wants. He wants that specific. He's like,
at least he knows
like penis, mom. Literally is what he said to me.
Oh, kid, that's awesome. That is so cute. Did you give it to him?
And then he's like, mom, do you know? I'm like, Joe who? And he's like, Joe Mama. This is my 4-year-old. My 4-year-old told me this.
I know. My friend actually has a 4-year-old daughter, and we'll chat and we'll smoke, and like she'll say I'm taking my medicine to her daughter. She said like she was in her room like smoking, and she was like, I'm potty, and she came out, and her daughter went right up and smelled her hoodie and was like, medicine on this, not on my watch. And apparently she like used to say like when you were the baby and I was the mommy to her when she was younger, and so like they're definitely connected, and that's past life
too. Cora is like, this time you're the mom. Last time Cora says that to me.
That's so funny.
I believe
what she says. I said that. I told you. Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Is probably really nurturing towards her.
Yeah, no, that's like she was like, yeah, and it's too because same thing with Coda, like where our souls are connected. So we were koalas, and we got his name because that's what we were koalas. And then on like the screensaver and all of the computers, and then when he was born, it was all baby and mom koala bears on like all this. So I was like, okay, there's confirmation if I ever had like seen one. Yeah, so definitely believable that you should is with your soul like that close of soulmate, like kids and when it's your children it's different. It's different connections, deeper.
I know my grandpa too, he and I were soulmates because we were always connected. Everything I did, him and I, like when I made it to regionals for swimming in high school, he like tricked me. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to show up. He showed up with his, like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
always made sure he was there for all of, like, important things.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, it's beautiful to, like, it's hard to deny reincarnation. I just don't see it, man. I don't understand. I mean, like, how, and people say it was in the original scrolls, like with the Bible stuff, like, where it was all, you know, whitewashed and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, reincarnation was in that, like, apparently. So,
A
I
lot
was
of
that
stuff
deeply
got
about
erased.
that. Yeah, a lot of it did. And it's just getting, you know, hopefully it's getting brought to, I mean, it's the light. People know it's, but they don't want to believe it, and that's their choice. But
I think that whole age of Aquarius is going to be a very, very awakening. Honestly, I feel the whole reason that a lot of us are getting higher tones is because something's about to happen. That's what I agree. Feel. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are leveling up because we're going to be the identity for all the people
that
who
are going to
be able to believe what's come out.
Happening right in front of their fucking faces. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, that's the thing with humans. You really do need to see it. And I remember one of the first things, like, Avery said to me, one of my, like, best friends and mentors, like, he was like, you see it to believe it. You don't think you do, but you do. Like, really, to really have that, but, like, that full, like, you have no kind of belief. Like, you know, you have, and he showed me multiple times making shit appear all the tip of head, like, you know, so it's like, you can't deny it once you see it, once you feel it, once you, like, you know, whatever.
And it's funny because it's like the media, it's training us. Like, I don't think people like the media.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so don't look up what's going on. Don't look up that mermaid movie that they released. Do you remember that mermaid documentary that they released?
No.
In 2013.
No, I don't. I was going through my really bad awakening around that time, so no.
Okay, so the mermaid 2013. Yeah, 2013. It was right after Cora was born. It was a mermaid documentary, and it was mermaids are real. Like, it showed, like, deep underwater mermaids, and then it came out that it was fake.
Of course.
I really, truly believe that a lot of clips that were in there were real, along with some fake ones.
Right.
And I feel like they really are trying to, like,
wake people up, actually waking up.
Waking up.
Right.
Because I really feel like a lot of us spiritual ones are waking up because we're gonna have to help fucking people, like deal with what is gonna be seen. Because
I think consciousness has happened, like, real, like, of everybody, like what I say is that, like, they're being told by whatever generation life or whatever you want to say, like, that they have like, it's time for them to, you know, like, show the humans, like, really exist and everything, and that they have to tell the humans that, like, what they're doing, like, that they're brainwashing them through Hulu. That one commercial that people make a bunch of videos about, how, like, this is because they have to tell you, but they're telling you through a joke or satire. So you don't, but, like, it's a loophole. And then when they put things out, like the documents and stuff or whatever, like, it's that, like, that's all leading up to something's coming. Like, they're not doing it because they want to.
There's no way they have to. All of us are feeling such a big shift for no reason. There's no way. There's no way.
No, yeah. And
then I really think.
Oh yeah. Say something about that. That's people are saying, like, that was on Earth or something, and it has been ever since that. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but shit has been appearing. Like, I had a fucking eyeliner pencil for my eyebrow, an eyebrow pencil at the store the other day, and I shit you not, like, I pick it up and I, like, took it like this, like, I did this with it, and I started walking, and it came out of the box. The box was completely sealed. I posted a video of it, but I didn't talk in the video because I thought that you could hear me, but you couldn't, whatever. So I didn't get as much views as I wanted it to, but because you could tell, but it was like, it was completely sealed, girl. It was completely fucking sealed. And then that same day, my necklace that is now on my ancestors' altar, because they made it clear to me that I wanted it, this dragonfly necklace that another mutual gave, like, I got it in the school, broke, and they both, the key and the dragonfly, like, disappeared. They weren't on my doorstep that day, okay? It's all on the same day. Like, the thing with the eyeliner happened the same time that thing with the dragonfly happened, okay? And then the next morning, it was the same time that I had the fucking
manifestation on
Oh my
April
God.
5th. Yeah, so it all happened on the 5th. Yeah, and then the next day when I was to like and like consider this opportunity and like even though it's funny, as soon as I started to think about it, I was going to bring my son down to the park. I saw like them on the threshold charms. They were both on the threshold.
You're saying April 15th is when this happened?
Yeah.
I had I felt something that day. That's fucking crazy.
They told me
okay, so I record
in meditation.
Big ass, like when I have like mental meltdowns, like anxiety attacks, feel like a mental break. I've like recorded them through the years. The first time that CERN turned on was the first time I had one of those meltdowns.
Okay.
You're telling me that the CERN turned on the
it turned on the 15th.
No, but no, I'm saying, but like
turned on Earth Day.
I felt like
the shift.
But like radically, like my body. Oh my gosh, goosebumps, dude.
I feel your chills too.
Yes,
I can
anytime they turn on, like I have felt it like physically in my body. Like,
I think that same ring. Let me see your ring. I like wanna.
It's like a dragon's egg.
Okay, I have one I have a moonstone just it got me for a minute. I was like, tell me she's like.
Oh my gosh, no. But I've felt shifts, and it's weird because I'm physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going crazy almost.
Oh no, I get it. I know what you're talking about, and it's like it's like I've kind of opened the doorway for not anything. I'm very protected. I want to upgrade. Yeah, I'm stepping into that. Yeah, that ability fully, the and all that, picking up a lot.
Yeah,
now.
If you're an empath, everything's
clairsentience is right.
Yeah, it's
everybody's thing is my clairaudience. I shut that down, and now it's finally it was claircognizance for the most part of the last year or so, and now clairaudience back, and it's loud. And I'm now I remember why I was turned down. But I do a whole protection in my mind. Quickly. Yeah, I had to do a whole spot because I was I can't. I gotta have my.
I'm telling you, something's about to happen. I swear.
I know, and it's I wonder why they turned that shit back on. I don't know. I just can't believe it.
But, Elon Musk did a Twitter.
I know. Oh God, I know. That guy, that fucking guy. Oh my God, don't get me started. He's not even a real human.
I was about to say he's probably a that's literally what I was about to say. Oh my God. I thought it was you.
I know. The telepathy lately has been insane.
Oh
the telepathy has been insane. I told my friend, I was I heard, because the day that our podcast didn't happen on Monday, my friend was oh, she didn't say I'm sorry. I heard it in her voice. I heard her voice in my head, and she was I literally just thought that. Texting me back. I'm bro, I can't. With the thing.
Dude, I literally was thinking he's Elizabeth. You just said it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. Okay, so I have a couple more questions. And then we'll but having fun. I'm really having a lot of fun.
I am too. I'm totally down to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely down too. So how did what was how did you come up with the idea to make those candles? What was the initial inspiration on your candles? 'Cause I love them.
The initial inspiration was the Morgan.
Okay.
First, I had done my very first one. Is one of my friends needed a hex breaker, and that's where I got the idea of the torch. And then I started making my own money candles, but using the torch during the rotation. Then I did the Morgan. It came together a lot more smoothly. Yeah. And then I needed to make legal aid ones, so I just made those. But honestly, the Morgan was the one that inspired me to go all out.
Because it actually
study the herbs, make sure they were right, make sure it was what she wanted, what color represented her,
Oh wow. Yeah. That's amazing. I love it. That's it inspired me. I do candles like that too. I got them from the dollar store now, and I have a torch.
I appreciate that. So many people told me that they learned from that technique, and it's I love that I taught people that. I love how
And then honestly, it's like a ripple effect because people have commented on my videos. Oh, now I know like not to put it in, I don't have to put my candle in boiling water. This is a lot easier.
Water because then the water and the moisture gets inside. Is all screwed up.
Weird, so like, right? Yeah, I saw a video I posted about it. It freaked me out a month ago about like you can't put like water on burning wax because it's super fucking dangerous. Yeah, I was like, whoa, I didn't know that.
Get back in your face.
Yeah. So I was like, I better post about this because I didn't know that. Well, I bet you no one like. I bet people know it, but people don't.
Because it's super dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
I honestly think it's more dangerous than doing my technique. As long as you like are rotating the candle, and if you have like gloves, like you're good. Yeah,
I never had an issue, so I love it. You just gotta just rotate it. So let's see a couple more. How what does that say? Let's get that one next because I can't read one of the words. So we've kind of talked about like thoughts on reincarnation. What about like parallel and like the multiverse, like parallel world?
I don't believe in the multiverse.
Yeah.
I think about it. I think at least like once a day.
I know, right?
I know, like I'm like, I wonder what Arielle in like one of those other universes.
I do it too.
I wonder what she's like I wonder what her is like. I wonder if she had kids. Like I wonder if she did go to A&M. Like I wonder if she did dump Dario soon. Like I wonder.
Right. Like, no, I completely know what you mean. Like I do that too.
Like what qualifies as like a significant moment to make a time
create what time, right?
Like
like those like core memory kind of moments.
Like,
really know what you mean.
What qualifies to make a branch? Like how significant does the choice have to be for a branch to be made? I think about it every day. Like,
I do. I know. Deja vu today. Like I had deja vu where it was like it kept happening. Like, it happened for like a whole minute almost. Like, and I was on friend, and I was like, it literally like the thoughts in my head. I was like, what
like that. This has happened before. I've been in this. This has been the scenery. Like it's. I know exactly. Like, more frequent now.
I've been getting it the last month. I've been getting it like almost at least 3 to like 5 times a week. Like I've been getting it almost every day.
Sometimes. That's again where like the media like conditioning comes in because it's like, hello, Marvel, like. I
know. And it's like what I thought the other day. I was talking to the last girl I had on about like, deja vu. Like it could either be, like you experience this in like another lifetime, or like it's happening to you in a parallel world. The same thing's happening because similar parallel world, same kind of thing has happened, and it happened 10 seconds before this. But it could be like one of the glimpses that I saw when I in my soul contract, like back when I, spirit form. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at deja vu, like parallel worlds and all that. But I definitely, I believe that. I think that right now it's very much so speculation, and I think it's so fun to talk about that kind of stuff.
I mean, I definitely believe it exists, and it's definitely frequently on my mind.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if I'd go there in my dream time. Like, I wonder if that's, like, I inhabit that body.
Like, I wonder, like, like, am I like living for realities? Like, the task that I'm doing, am I in another body?
Right. Like, am I in another real world somewhere? Yeah.
Like, that has crossed my mind several times too.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm not insane.
No, you're not. Me too. So I got three questions. So how do you how do you like define the line of like what you will not share when then you're on social? I mean, I know obviously you don't share your close practice, but
that, and it's like, of course I won't like share names or like try to dox me or someone. I won't love spells anymore. Like I won't do that type of shit just because it's like messy and then free will, and it's just like,
Right.
you gotta let that shit happen naturally, unfortunately. Like, you can, like,
Just for the
influence
best.
someone to love you by loving yourself, I feel like. But that, and I won't share all my ingredients if I am doing
yeah.
the working. Like,
Do
if
that
I'm actually
now.
doing the work and it's something that I'm like actively doing, I won't share all the ingredients.
Right.
Won't share names. I am doing it actively. I'll tweak it like somehow.
Right. Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like
Uh,
the way you gotta protect your
and I
energy.
won't do like anything encouraging people to cause harm to anybody else other than like the harm that they deserve.
Like those, those return to sender spells.
Yeah, like the return to sender,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's like, and that's one thing that I've I have learned like over the last like year or two of like posting and stuff is because I've been doing like spirituality like more life, like I just got out on my own and I just got out of an 8-year very unhealthy relationship, but like when I first started I was sharing my ingredients and I didn't realize like you should no like it's not really gonna work if you do that.
Really quickly turn around.
Yeah, and wasn't ever any like anything. It was just like my spell work, doing anything too crazy, insomnia and spells and stuff. But yeah, like, being smart about it is important.
Even if it's like a money manifestation, you don't want someone who's envious to like try to reverse that on you somehow.
That's why. Holy shit. That's weird that you said that because I have abundance like
even my bed here.
The shelf over came on my like crashing on my bed like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was money bowl that I think I did a video of, and I think I put the ingredients on the video. So, and that was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a while.
Even
so I did
that. Even for things like people who are envious, they'll like try to reverse anything you do on yourself.
I know it is weird because I should do something and then I like didn't, like I just didn't listen to my intuition, and then like a few minutes later on my bed I came back and I was like crash, and I was like, oh fuck, it was like all the salt I had to bring a vacuum in here and everything. It was
it's funny how that all works out though, because you'll think about it and then you do it and you'll be like, oh, thank you then.
Right. Right, I really do, girl. Like it was the same thing with my ex.
You don't listen to me? Okay, chaos.
Yeah. Like you're gonna have to listen now.
Yeah, now you have to listen to me.
Yeah, dude. Right. But it's important because like you have people that pretend to be you on those apps too. Every fucking medium has like impersonators, whether you have 20,000 or 1 million like followers. Like it doesn't. People will impersonate you.
That or
so
the
crazy.
Contact doctor, blah 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 blah.
The spam comment. Yeah. Oh my god.
Those like I honestly want to like, what was it? I want to do my shit spell. I want to write the doctor. Show it on camera. Bye flash.
Right.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop commenting. No one wants their religion fixed by you.
Right. I know. It's too much. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna pick your battles.
I know. And then like with the cats, and then I had one on Instagram.
I did. That's where my was on Instagram, first one, and they had like way more followers than I did. But then I realized it was all fake just because they made another account. It was a whole thing. But the Instagram actually deleted the person. The TikTok doesn't give a fuck.
I haven't seen if the Instagram deleted the one that because I kept reporting it, but they like stole all my personal photos, and I'm like, that's like photos of my dad in them, and like
I saw that's like, and that's what makes it believable. Like, cause it's so
but
messed
it like
up,
breaks
though.
my heart that you would take pictures of like my dad and my kids. Like,
no, it's not okay. Yeah,
that's
it's
gross.
creepy.
Like,
it's
my
weird.
thought of someone having my family screenshotted in their phone. It just feels weird to me.
Right. And I know. I'm with you. And like, it's sad. It's like so many good people that need this guidance. you know? And it's just like, I want to help people, but like, how much of my energy am I giving too much to myself? Because like, there's so many fucking weirdos out there too. It sucks. It sucks.
I know.
I think it's worth it. You just have to keep your energy protected. You know, like I'm very selective about like, even like the time I spend. If I start scrolling and I'm not seeing like things that resonate or things that I need to hear, I get off. Like, I only watch like, five to 10 videos and then I'm off. Like I don't really stay on much because I know the first 5 to 10 videos are going to be the messages that I hear.
It's always something
because I've
hear.
Programmed it that way, you know. Like you have, the universe reflects your energy. You do manifest the shit you see on your social page. Absolutely.
It's crazy because it's like my friends who saw it.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I had like went specifically on TikTok to look for her to see if my cup was made. I opened TikTok, like her video.
Yes.
First one popped up.
The one of the was like I was going to research for the podcast and them first video.
Yeah, girl. I was like, this is weird.
It's unreal.
Just
it's too much. I'm gonna just type in like.
You're starting to scare me.
Yeah, it's like you're, and it's crazy because it's almost training us to not be power because like you are fucking powerful.
I didn't even think about that. Because that does.
Oh
that
yeah,
shows me that my one thought.
Manifest like that.
I didn't even think about it that way.
I think because it's like the ether, right? So it's instant. We see each other instantly on things. So it makes sense that like our thoughts are instantly. Girl, like when I went through my first awakening, I'm not crazy. I was like thinking I was crazy. Okay, at like 16 years old in 2012, there was none of that stuff. I was like going to Catholic school, all that shit. It was awful. I was terrified. But like I was so like I'm a Tumblr and I'm like, girl, like I was like cheeseburger, fucking mad cheeseburger, like butterfly, man, like it was. I'm getting chilled. Like it was intense. Like it was like I was like going up to my mom, like, what is that? I was so scared. She probably like it was a whole ordeal, girl. It was a whole ordeal.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yes.
But I didn't even think about it that way because it's like I doubt myself sometimes. But yeah, it was just that thought and
you did, yes.
And even like you say, like this is like a scrying device. Crystals.
Yes. In all of our
scrying device. Like I saw a video on that and I like followed the girl because I was like,
makes so much sense.
Point.
Yes, there is, and it's and that's why I believe too, like wholeheartedly, that like spirit contacts us through our music on like I will think of a song by an artist and like, Alexa, play this. This has happened multiple times with like Ellie Goulding, Purity Ring, and then like one other artist, and Aurora, the exact song that I've had stuck in my head for 10 minutes. Like I'm not playing.
Or I'll sing your song on the way to my car, turn on the radio, song. Fucking song. Or
I know. It's you can't fucking make this shit. I can't.
So I live in a very white neighborhood. I saw a guy doing like some street stuff. My spirit was serious to put on Riding Dirty Millionaire. That's a song that I thought in my head, like when I was like crazy street and shit. Right? Like I was like, thanks. I'm glad we both got that. I'm glad we're both on the
same page, right? Oh, I'm smiling so hard, my cheeks hurt.
It's good though.
I know. I'm very happy with.
I am loving this vibe. We're gonna do it again.
We will. We definitely will. I'm really happy. Yeah, I have just 2 more questions. Do you think binding someone like away from something would be like against free will?
No, I think that for your own like protection, because I did a binding spell like this week that I needed to do because it was somebody that I knew was going onto my social media to hand me harm.
Yeah.
Like I got reading about it, like messages come. I was thinking about this person who showed up on my For You when I have them blocked. After that video, then a video of a reading saying someone's watching you on social media and you need to know this reading's for you. I read the reading. It described what I was thinking about.
Oh.
And it
my wings tingling.
I then pulled cards, asked Martha. She said, no, bind that bitch.
Hey.
Like, I need for my sanity, for my mental health, for my boundaries. I feel like if it's someone who is being intentionally harmful to you and you don't want that energy in your space, I feel that you can absolutely bind them from coming into your space.
Right.
Because if it's for your boundaries, for your sanity, for your health, I think that is completely fine.
I think that makes sense. And I felt that, like, because I've been thinking about it, and I don't know, like, I'm still like, I'm not like brand new, but like I'm and stuff like that.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to be extravagant. Like, just writing and putting them in a Ziploc bag with water, throwing them in the freezer and being
right.
like,
Nice.
Leave me alone. It's like,
yeah.
honestly, I think sometimes you do need to do that.
Yeah, especially with retrograde, like another one coming around the corner. It's time to like make sure you got them protections up.
Season has hit me so fucking hard.
No, you know what's crazy? It's like I did an energy boosting grid. It was my favorite grid I've ever done that, and I was like, fuck, I need all the same crystals. Like I can just pick the crystals, like relatively don't have to be the same. So like, like I was worried I couldn't do it unless I had all towers. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. So I made like an energy one with some carnelian and quartz and other fire quartz, and fine. My son didn't touch it for the first week. It was there, and then my friend comes over and says something like, you know, he's touch anything. She's like, he's gonna. Just wait, you wait. And then as she leaves,
open the door for it.
As soon as she leaves, he's like over there picking up the soul stone, which soul stone things. Where do I have one over here? There are these little over there, but yeah, right here. But they're these little like crystals, jade like pucks almost. And my friend like Avery like made them up. Like that was one of his crystal readings he did where like they were. And so they're told me they're important. And that's the one he kept grabbing too. So I just think, and him and Avery have a special connection. Avery basically like saved his life. He was like spiritual before. My son wasn't breathing. He was born. Like, oh my god. Yeah, it was really scary. It's just kind of funny because they're connected, and it's like he knows like that's the one that has his energy. I don't know, but yeah, he's fine. But like Avery and him have it's cute. They have like a spiritual connection.
That's good though.
Yeah, definitely gonna be like what Avery told me is as long as you know it was a rude awakening to me when I learned that like couldn't be with my ex if I really wanted like my son to prosper basically and maybe live kind of thing. Like it was like that serious, and it had to be that serious because like I did want to make it work at one point, even though he like left.
I feel like trust me. Like, I've been dealing with the same toxic man for 13 years.
yeah. I mean, he left the state when I got pregnant a couple months ago. It wasn't because he was leaving me, it was because, well, partially it was, but like he needed to get sober in his own place out of the state.
And like,
it's like it happens.
Such a hard thing.
Yeah.
Such a hard thing because it's like if you fall with the wrong people after you've gotten sober, clean, gone through treatment, it is really, really, really hard to keep the mindset of that you can stay clean and you don't need to touch that substance to get through, to cope, to get through. It's hard.
And the environment is so important. It really is.
I have dealt with substance abuse myself. I don't open up too much, but I have been at the point where it's like I woke up every day thinking that I needed it and I didn't.
Right, and it's like your body. Me and him. That's the thing. We went through a lot. I mean, going through hell together makes you feel close to a person. It just is.
It
and
does.
It sucks.
And despite if it's like you think that that's closer, sometimes it's like not closer and it's closer that's so toxic to you that you just like let go.
Yes.
I understand.
And I think like I'm grateful like was able to see that like my son and my benefit it was best to just go and like I get that clean break like and I don't want anybody that can think they can come and go out of my life either. It's just like see the love that you deserve and loving yourself enough to let go of the love that wasn't like it's not that it wasn't genuine, but it wasn't meant to be forever. It was just part of your journey, and it was just part of like that season. It's over.
It was a piece of learning,
right? And I definitely, I don't know, like now I'm finally getting back into like allowing my heart to be open again.
Why?
I love it. That's how they be too.
Why?
Really.
No.
Yes,
I was like, he's quiet now. Why is he?
At the last two questions, it's fine.
Oh my
God.
The whole time, like, to be.
It's fine. I'm really not worried about it. You couldn't barely hear him. He's so,
Oh my God.
you're totally fine. Don't worry.
Tell me why do kids do this?
It's so sad, like
It'd be fun, they said.
it's worth
It
it,
really
but yeah,
is.
they're a little ironic, a little.
Oh my gosh, he's got gummies all over himself.
Aw, that's cute.
Snacks on another.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Fine. He'll eat them when he wakes up.
Right?
So do you have any thoughts on like if you're a beginner and like you said, I guess beginner magic, like do you think like is there any kind of like beginner magic you would recommend, or would you
I think
like
the
not
only
recommend that?
only baneful beginner match I would think would be safe would be like a baneful ward or a baneful protection. So
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
like a witch's jar. Because a witch's jar can't go too wrong. It can't go too wrong. I don't think go too. Because if you intention of within this jar, whoever intends to harm is to hit it. Just make sure that you not yourself. Because sometimes
oh my God, that's so smart. Oh shit, that's a good point.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's what I was like. Because I don't know, I'm like a beginner, but I don't know why I get worried with that kind of stuff. Because I guess like when I had like that impersonator, I was gonna do like some shit, and my guy, you don't have to, like we got you, like you just protection. You don't even have to do return to center. And I was like, fine, but like so ever since then, like I don't fuck up my karma. Like I don't know, I'm like overthinking this shit.
You're overthinking the whole karma thing. I think the whole karma thing is, what you put out is gonna come back at you. But if you're putting out such bad karma to where you're taking someone's like, creativity, like being like ownership of somebody else's identity, I think that's okay. That's not gonna hurt you because they're trying to hurt you to begin with.
Exactly. Like
So
it's like in defense, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like baneful defense. Baneful defense is probably the worst thing that I can do, like as a beginner. But please remember, everybody intends harm but yourself.
Right. That makes much sense. Yeah.
Like sometimes, man, I be causing myself way more harm than I need to.
Right. I know, girl. I get that. It's so funny because like that's how I am lately, and that's my thing for this month was like everything good, and then health was like the 5 of cups or something, like in a reverse. I was like, I know I don't eat. I know I eat unhealthy. I know I've been saying I'm gonna eat better. I know I've been saying I'm gonna drink more water. I know, but like it's hard until they give me mad hiccups.
That's the thing with all of us, because that was mine too this month. It's like my guides like eat more bitch, eat more green stuff, stop eating junk food. Dude, that was what I got this month too. Like that's my whole like journey this month is like eating more fruit, eating more mangoes, eating more stuff that's feed my soul, if you will. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's
so
ironic.
You do need to eat healthier, girl.
No, I do. I know. Drink my water. Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, everything's lining up. Like, don't even question it anymore.
Right? How can you question it? How can you question it when it's
constant,
so in sync? Like
it's like, yeah, it is. It's uncanny. Like it's just, and it's been with the podcast guests too. It's been every time there's like a commonality. Like sometimes it's really like, when I went and I officiated my best friend's wedding. Avery, he got married to his husband, and like I did it. I got the certification online, whatever. And they brought out this dog, and the dog was the same exact kind of dog, like exact same kind of like terrier, Russell, whatever. The black and white one, the little one, like those little Russell terriers. I don't know if they're what they're called. So they come out and they're like, Mufasa, Mufasa, come here. And I was like, did you just call it Mufasa? Because like me and my ex, we lived with another couple that we were friends with for a little while, and Amanda's dog was named Mufasa. We called him Moose. And they're like, oh, this is gonna blow your mind, because I was like, I told them that, and then this guy was like, this is really gonna blow your mind. Her name, and it's a girl, her name is Moose, and we call her Mufasa. And then on the podcast, like the next day or something, that week, the podcast, the girl we started talking about how we both lost a friend, and I showed her my tattoo for my best friend Julie, who's like part of my team and everything. Which is a quote that she had, the same quote. There is no progress. She had this quote, and then I got the J Infinity and the Pisces, because she's Pisces. So she goes, I got a tattoo that she had of a sunflower. I got the sunflower. I was like, dude, no, like it's no. Dude, like, yeah. So
the Matrix is glitching. The Matrix is fucking glitching.
Dude, it's falling apart. The code is coming apart.
It is. All seeing the truth.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous lately, girl. Yeah, it's been, and it's fun because I'm writing a book, and my kids have like basically like had me journaling like all of the different synchronicities every day. At the end, I'll just write down because it's every day. Like there's so many crazy things that are happening.
Yeah.
I don't have time to write in my book every day, like on my computer.
That's why I screenshot all the angel I see, so I remember which ones I've seen for what day. Like I'll close my phone and I'll screenshot the date and the time of the angel number.
A lock screen, yeah. I have a ton of those. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that. So, okay, so last question. What does spiritual evolution mean to you?
Fuck. Going from being a woman completely afraid of the power that she had inside to evolving into this bitch who does not give a fuck and will have rain and hellfire on you. Fucking even like mess with her boundaries. Like it's funny because like what is wrong with you? We're just so intense, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with your shit
anymore.
I'm like I've literally like evolved to this, like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like I want to care about how I feel. No one cared about how I felt for 30 years. Like it is my turn. Like be known how I feel, and like I gain back my power. Like I'm not gonna let anybody disrespect me. Like my spirituality has let me become a stronger person who I was not before. Like I would let people walk all over me. I would let people in on my life and take advantage. But it's like now I'm like no, I can say no to someone.
Right.
And I still feel bad. I will still feel bad. But I will feel bad in confidence that I did what was best for me.
Well, that's a good point. I guess it depends on who I'm saying no to.
Yeah. I mean, it was really hard because like I've cut my mom off recently, and that like has been something that's like it honestly doesn't affect me because she never would call anyway. It's more of a does she even notice that her number's blocked on my phone? Like does she even notice that I blocked social media? It's more of like I'm like notice because it really doesn't even matter or she should reach out. That like that's how little she called me.
I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm sorry too, but I'm sorry that she couldn't be the grandma that I could have been to my kids. Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm right there. I get that. Because at the end of the day, it's like it always ends up being like you care more about your kids, not more, but like it's their experience. You know, you make it different.
Because it's like you're kind of like fuck myself. I'm already a fucked up adult. Like I want to
just like, make sure that their life is as good as possible.
Like,
right.
Like I don't know
if better like, for them.
I've been crying for 30 years. Like I don't want like, them to cry.
Yes, I get it. But yeah, I mean everything I was saying, like it's tough because like when like having that relationship, we could talk about that with your parents. Like
I mean that could be next one's topic.
Yeah. Like yes.
A whole nother thing because it's like parents. I don't think people realize, like parenting, like it is such a huge job. It's more than just feeding, clothing, and bathing.
You literally,
you're creating someone's personality. You're
creating You're influencing all of their core members. All that shit. You're influencing who they are.
Like,
Right.
you're not
shaping them, but in a way.
Well, in a way, you kind of are. You're helping them kind of mold themselves into something, and it's
intimidating. Yeah.
Well, it's like I never thought of it when I was 20, and I was like, I want to get pregnant. Like,
right.
I was married and just wanted a baby. Like, honestly, I hadn't thought about, have I healed myself?
Right. No. Yeah. The expectations. I think that for me, it's like I don't know if I ever would have healed myself if I didn't have.
Yeah,
him.
exactly. And I mean, yeah, it encouraged me to heal myself, but it's like I feel guilty I didn't heal myself prior to it. And I'm kind of like been this shit show going on like fucking like I don't even like it's just each day I just take it a day at a time, and it's like today awesome, if I feel, wake up and try again.
Yeah, like just learn from every
experiences. It's crazy because parents spiritually like kind of shape a person for who they're gonna turn out to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big impact. Like your parents are the first people that you look to for everything. So
yeah,
I mean, if you only have one, then that's even more on me.
Right?
That one, but it's fine. No, but I'm kind of just. I mean, I think everything happens as it's meant to. So,
yeah.
Like, I think it would be more toxic to stay in a relationship with somebody that isn't gonna be a good parent. Like, because I can tell now it's like they want the relationship, but they don't want to be a parent, and then that's fine. You just don't. We'll just stay our ways.
Take them to the as soon as you can, because it's like when you're parenting with somebody who doesn't want to be a parent, it's really fucking hard.
And it doesn't help anybody if they're not in it, and let them leave.
No, exactly. And the thing is, it's funny because they'll feel guilty for not being there,
but then they won't.
In other ways, and it's just like it'd just be there.
Yeah, it would, and that's. I'm gonna have to have again.
Yeah, that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that conversation as much as I got to. And if you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them below. Check out Arielle's pages at the description. Her links will be available. Have a great day, guys.